John Nolte, my pal over at Breitbart, he wrote about this many, many years ago, back in 2009, which is, I think, when Harvey Weinstein and Woody Allen and the rest were standing up for Roman Polanski because he'd been busted and they didn't want him extradited to America, and he wasn't. And Nolte started writing about the fact that movie after movie after movie was coming out in that year, 2009, to normalize and make you sympathize with people who abuse children. He talked about Doubt. Now, Doubt is a very good play, but in Doubt, there's a scene where a priest who is accused of molesting a 12-year-old boy is kind of given an out by the boy's mother, saying, well, the boy's father didn't understand him. At least he had this priest to understand him. I mean, and I remember seeing this play in a theater, and there was a question time afterwards, and I remember a gay guy getting up and sort of waxing lyrical about what a wonderful thing it was that this priest had molested this boy and given him some kind of place to go, some kind of sympathy. There was another one. Let me see if I can find it. Towelhead with Aaron Eckhart and Maria Bello. It's a film that Nolte says Roman Polanski might have seen many times while wearing a raincoat. The protagonist is a 13-year-old Jazeera, and the story surrounds her sexual abuse at the hands of a number of men, including Eckhart's Gulf War vet. Rather than the repeated abuse damaging the young girl, the filmmaker portrays the rapes and molestations as a healthy and sexually liberating experience. And here's the one that drove me crazy, was The Reader. Kate Winslet won last year's Best Actress Oscar, again reading from Nolte, for her role in The Reader, in which she plays a sympathetic Nazi guilty of mass murder who seduces and then engages in a steamy sexual affair with a 15-year-old boy. I wrote about this too when this film came out, and I thought, what the hell are you talking about? The woman's a Nazi. She's a sex molester. I do not care about her. I don't support her. But Nolte believed, and he has a good case to make, that this is on purpose. I mean, we're having it now in California where they went to teach little children about pedophilia and pederasty. And when somebody went to complain, they said, this is done in this school district in California. This is done because we're talking about historical perspectives of how gender relations and different type of sexual orientations have existed in history. Well, screw you, I mean, you are normalizing the abuse of children. The other day, I'm going to wrap this up because I want to get to the mailbag, but the other day, I'm on Twitter, where I'm under attack now. They're trying to get me thrown off Twitter. And O.J. Simpson puts out a video paying tribute to his old pal, Michael Jackson. And I looked at this and I thought, we're all going to hell. I mean, I thought, thank God O.J. Simpson isn't saying he voted for Trump, because then Twitter would throw him off. But if O.J. Simpson, a man who I think reasonable people are justified in thinking is a savage killer, is praising Michael Jackson, a man I think reasonable people are well justified in thinking he was an abuser. I think I personally believe Jackson used his wealth and his power and his fame as a spider's web to lure in and abuse little boys. And I just thought, this normalization process. Nobody complained about this except our friend Michael Knowles, the only guy who pointed it out. I just think, we have traded morality for politics. And these people who are going after Donald Trump and going after Alex Acosta and leaving these children in the dirt, which is what they're doing by just making it all about politics, and Don Lemon making it all about politics, and the news media making it all about politics, are abandoning these children to the abuse of powerful people because they haven't got the guts and they haven't got the means and they haven't got the willpower to go after the powerful people themselves. If Epstein was blackmailing people, there must have been a lot of people on those tapes. I'd like to see him. I'd like the U.S. attorney to see him. And good for Donald Trump's Justice Department for going after him. I hope they go after him with everything they've got. But I just watch how this story disappears and watch how this story never gets bigger than a certain field, because unless they can use it for politics, unless they can use it to go after Trump, I do believe the press will not follow it up.